Hey gang, Amberstill here. Okay, so what do we have here? We have a game from Captain Insano, who's one of our executive officers. Some of you may know him as ATC Timmy. He sent this file to me a couple of weeks ago, but as some of you may know, life's been busy kicking me in the teeth here the last little while, so I'm a little behind on these videos. I've been the last couple days trying to get some of the mid-tier kind of basics of games posted up. I've got one of Hatsuharu, one of Shinonome, another of Akatsuki, one of Gajomata. Just finished up one on Prince Idle Friedrich, so I'm going to start trying to get some of those battleship videos out. But before the next update hits, I have 4 or 5 videos that have been sent to me that I want to make sure I get done. And this was the first one I received. So this is the first one that I want to get posted up among that batch. Now, I have not watched this replay, so we're watching this together. And we've got Cap in Benham, which I love this ship. If you don't have one, if you get an opportunity to, and you like destroyer play, particularly torpedo-reliant destroyer play, this thing's a real gas. Alright, so what do we got on the enemy team? Iowa Georgia is at a Masashi, Soviet Soyuz, Scharnhorst, Magami, Fiji, Zara, Benham, Udaloy. Okay, so no aircraft to contend with, at least not CV aircraft, and no radar. This is basically potential feeding frenzy for our Benham. And something tells me that Cap is going to take full advantage of that possibility here. Okay, so you see he's got 4 torpedo launchers. So he just dropped the 2 on that side. And there's the enemy Benham.
Smoke generator started.
Alright, looks like he's going to just inch his way forward a bit, make sure he doesn't eat any torpedoes from that Benham. And let's all hope together that the enemy Benham kept going straight. He did. And he ate a torpedo and another, and there he goes. Alright, so we're 2.5 minutes in, and our hero, Cap, has already sunk the enemy Benham, which might arguably be the biggest threat that the enemy team had. So that is an auspicious beginning for Cap. And that was those were preemptive torps. At the time that he dropped those torpedoes, he had no idea that the enemy Benham was there. So what was he doing there? Well, I think it's probably fair to assume that he anticipated that the enemy DDs, one of them, might make a run to get behind that little island that you see that's kind of in the middle of the Cap. It's pretty common. And rather than trying to do that himself on the south side of the island, Cap opted to throw torpedoes behind that island in anticipation of an enemy DD trying to run for that position. And he put himself on the outside edge of the Cap, which provides now an opportunity to back into it and help secure it. He's got a York that's moving up to help him. It doesn't look like there's anybody who's going to be able to get guns on the York. Udaloy is, the enemy Udaloy is in the Charlie Cap without any kind of angle on him. So they will soon have the Bravo Cap. Enemy team secured Charlie. Somebody threw out some torpedoes there. Only 2, that's kind of odd. Could have been, well, let's see, who could it have been? Let's go with Zara. There we go. Must have been Zara. And looks like an island might have caught at least 1 or 2 of the other torpedoes. How many of those are 3 per side? Okay. Zara is making use of its rolling smoke screen but he fired. Now, if you don't have any of the Italian cruisers, or if you do but you haven't played them much, the rolling smoke screen is, at least in my opinion, really only effective as a means of withdrawal or position change. Because if you fire within that smoke and there's somebody anywhere near you, your smoke fire penalty is pretty significant, and you'll get seen. So if, let's see, where's Zara? It looks like he's, well, I can't see the numbers on his detection radius, but what is it, 5.5 kilometers, something like that. Okay, so he's just close enough now to be able to spot him. Alright, the friendly Yugamo secured the Charlie Cap. Up by, what, 130 points, thereabouts. But Georgia goes down to the Musashi. And which way is Georgia going? Taking a little damage that was intended for the York. That happens sometimes when you are playing a sneaky DD and you get up a little too close to a capital ship. Sometimes those shells that would be missing the York will find their way to you. Alright, so it looks like the friendly Soyuz is squaring off with the Zara and the enemy Soyuz. The enemy Soyuz might be reversing. So we've got on this side Zara, Helena, both presumably spamming HE, and a De Grosse and a Soyuz pushing into a Zara, Soyuz, Scharnhorst, Zara. So that's a fairly even matchup there. And now the good guys have all three caps, although 2 of the 3 are being contested. Looks like maybe we're going to land one more torp on Georgia. Maybe. Georgia's awfully fast, especially if he gets the speed boost working. No, Georgia was able to outrun it. But he is burning. Boy, it's a shame that torpedo didn't land. He's going to have another opportunity here in about a second. Okay, so what is he doing there with the indicator? I think he's playing it smart. If Georgia makes any course corrections at all, his ship will slow down slightly. So the first drop was slightly behind the indicator, and the second drop was a little ahead of the indicator, particularly with a ship like the Georgia that has a speed boost consumable. It's a good idea to account for that speed, and it looks like Georgia, between the combination of a likely speed boost and the fact that he was making course corrections, he's going to eat some torpedoes here. I think he's dead. Yep, that's it.
Enemy battleship sunk. Our team has taken the lead.
Nice drop, Cap. Okay. So, all the friendlies that are on the 2 and 3 line have the Zara and the Scharnhorst in full retreat. So now it looks like, and I would probably do the same, it looks like Cap intends to defend B. Just to keep bad guys from pushing in and taking it. He's got torps ready on the port side, so he's going to swing to starboard here and be able to drop these torpedoes right in Musashi's face. Musashi is big and very slow and ungainly up close, so
Smoke generator
he's not going to be
started.
able to maneuver to avoid all those torpedoes. He's going to turn in. He might intentionally ground here. I don't think he's going to. Yeah, it looks like maybe he did. I probably would have. It's a great way to stop your ship when you know torpedoes are on the way. Now, one thing Cap could be doing here is he could be getting his guns working. You know, you can see one fire in Musashi. Yeah, attaboy.
Smoke screen set.
And he might land a torpedo on the nose of the Musashi. It's going to be close. Nope. Okay, so Musashi, he made a good play. He pointed his bow into the island in order to stop ahead of those torpedoes. And now Udaloy is pushed up and smoking. He's going to try and farm some damage, but unless I'm missing something here, he's not going to have anybody spotting for him. Well, Zara might be spotting, I guess. But who can he shoot? Soyuz? Alright, so now I try and get some fires burning on Musashi. That's smart. You know, a lot of players, especially playing torpedo-reliant or heavily torpedo-reliant destroyers, neglect the guns. And although the guns on the Benham are nothing special, if you can get fires burning, and there's one, the damage over time that fires can cause is significant. Now you can see all those torpedoes heading into that smoke cloud, so you have to hope that one of them will find its way to that enemy destroyer. Looks like it probably did.
Victory is in sight.
There were a lot of guns aimed your way here, Cap. I don't blame you for falling back and quieting your guns. And now he's probably going to just finish off the Udaloy with his guns. Now you can see how floaty. It's a typical American destroyer. Firing Archer 6 kilometers out. And the shells look like they're moving through molasses. This one is all but over. Cap has 71,000 damage. 6 torpedo hits. 3 floods, 52 shell hits, and Yugumo goes down to torpedoes. He's got 2 cap defenses, 2 cap assists. First blood. Is that a devastating strike? Yeah, this is just a mop-up operation at this point. Now Iowa is obviously intending to put some hurt on Cap, but I think if he doesn't fire for another 3 or 4 seconds, he's probably going to switch his shells to the Zara. I would, and he did. There's another fire. Great job. Zara got his torps off. Now we're up to 76,000 damage and counting with the fire. And there's a Fiji. Great target of opportunity.
Our victory is in
Just land 1 or 2 shells on Fiji and he will go poof. Great job mopping up. That's probably it for him, yeah.
Enemy cruiser sunk.
And a little bit of damage, but you don't have any torpedoes to worry about because of the angle the Fiji was at. So if you want, you can just push around this corner. Only 2 enemy ships remain. That fire is still burning. We're up to 85,000 damage now. 3 kills. A couple of cap defenses. A couple of cap assists. And it looks like Cap is just going to swing back around here and help finish off the Iowa. Soyuz may be intent on ramming here, we'll see. The enemy Mogami is just about dead. Oh, Iowa made it through, but he's only getting a few extra breaths of life. He did manage to secure the kill on the Soyuz, but that's it. Great game, Cap. Thanks a lot for sharing it. Sorry it took me so long to get to.